All right. Well, at least we got this audio. What's going on, guys? Welcome to J Lippman Live. For some reason, my little pre-stream wasn't working, and I'm not sure what the deal was there. Also, I'm still wearing headphones, and it's throwing me off. Hold on. That's better. Can you guys hear me now, at least? I'm not sure what was going on with my video. For some reason, it didn't want to play. I've been having computer issues all day, of course, because it's me, and I just always seem to have some issues. But hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to J Lippman Live. Sorry for the technical difficulties. If you're new to the stream, new to the channel, my name's Jay, obviously, and here we talk about three things: video editing, camera gear, and how to make better videos. I totally almost forgot my whole little line that I say in every single video and every single live stream. This is the kind of day I'm having. So, if you're new here, this is the way it works. I usually come in here, rant about something for a little bit, and then I open it up to Q&A. And usually I ask that people, hit the link in the description of the stream, fill out the form, and then I'll go through and do that. But most of you guys don't listen to that anyway. You just post questions in the chat. I am totally fine with that today. I'm a very easygoing dude. So let's just jump into the chat and start saying hi to people. Apps That Rule finally made it before the stream, and of course you didn't get the song. Sorry about that. It is what it is. Steven Krieger, hello, sir. Who else do we got? Shell Shock Farms, what's up, Jay? So I've got a video I'm working on with some footage from Cars and Coffee. I've got some really cool cars in it, but it was cloudy, so all the colors are pretty dull. What should I do? We will get to that. That's a very good question, Shell Shock Farms. We'll get to that in a little bit. Tish HFS is the artist stream. Can hear me loud and clear. Beautiful. Better Vids. What's going on? Shell Shocked Farms. Also loud and clear. Streamlabs decided to show up. That's cool. Let's see. Breathe. It's just life. Exactly. Andres Nieves. What's going on? So yeah, today's been a pretty interesting day. We've had a little bit of computer issues. Not sure what's going on there. Streamlabs has really been it's been causing me some problems lately, actually, and I'm not sure what the deal is there. But apparently there's a new thing, OBS Live. It's still in beta. It's from the people who created Stream Elements. So I may actually, over the next week or so, download that, test it out, see if maybe that gives me a better experience so I don't keep having to wrestle with Streamlabs. So we'll see. Film Court Digital, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. And have a question for Jay. Ask here. Thank you so much, Joe. Yes, that is the forms. That is the form that I am talking about. And I actually have it pulled up. I have it pulled up this time, so that's good. Guys, exciting news. The number one requested DaVinci Resolve tutorial. You guys have been requesting this forever. It's finally coming in 2 days. This Friday, you're finally gonna get your green screen tutorial. It's a super easy process, and I'm gonna show you how to do it this Friday. So if you are here, if you're subscribed to the channel because of my DaVinci Resolve tutorials, you're in luck. That is coming on Friday. I finished filming it today. I've got everything done except for audio. I still gotta edit the audio, but once I do that, it'll be ready to go. So you're gonna have that on Friday. Yeah, so that's that. Now we already have a question from Shell Shocked Farms asking what to do about the colors being pretty dull. So there is Shell Shock Farms, are you using DaVinci Resolve or are you using something else? That's my first question. That actually doesn't matter. There's a very, very easy way to do it. And really the only way to do it would be to mess around with the saturation of all the colors and to mess around with hue versus hue. Maybe changing the hue will work a little bit, but really messing around with hue versus luminance and messing around with the saturation should do that. There's the dog. The dog has decided to start walking. At least she stopped barking. That's a plus. So my chat isn't scrolling, which is very odd. Been waiting for months. Yep, it's finally Got my green screen. Sweet. There we go. My brain will probably melt. Yeah, I don't think so, Tish. It's like super, like, let me put it this way. You guys know me. You know I love to talk. And you know that sometimes my tutorials can go up to like 12, 13, some as long as even 19 minutes long. This one's 4.5 minutes long. Like not just the screen recording part, but like the talking before the screen recording, and the talking after the screen recording. The whole thing is 4.5 minutes long. It's that easy to do. So, tutorial on sync bin. All right, I'll definitely put that on the list. We're not subscribed to the channel for your sexy swimwear vids. Well, it's a good thing I don't have any sexy swimwear vids. Hi from Serbia. Do you use Ronin S before? I have a few questions. I actually have never used the Ronin S. I'd love to get my hands on it, play around with it, but I typically I don't own a gimbal. I would like to own one, especially I'm starting to plan, at least in my head, doing some more like short films and stuff like that, and I know I'm gonna need a little bit of gear in order to make that happen. So the Ronin S is definitely on the wish list, but I've never played around with it and I don't have one. So, but Steven Krieger, my phone is not on Do Not Disturb, and somebody is decided to, jeez. Okay. Anyway, I'm putting my phone on Do Not Disturb so I can pay full attention to you guys. There we go. What else is going on? Yeah, so back to the color thing. I would mess around. I would go into your curves. There's two curves that you want to pay attention to. One is hue versus saturation. The other is hue versus luminance. And if you mess around with the luminance and the saturation of your colors, then that can help bring it out a lot more. But you want to make sure that when you're doing that you're on your vector scope, because those little boxes that are around the edges of the vector scope, you don't want to push your colors past those boxes, or else when you look at it, it's going to look like you're glowing, and you don't want it to be like that vibrant. So, yeah. So that is the color. Keep the questions coming, guys, in the form or in the chat. It doesn't matter. I have nothing in the form. So let's go back to the chat. What else is coming down the line? I got a review coming on Monday, provided I can actually get it. I'm supposed to go to Ohio this weekend, so provided I can get it filmed and edited before I go to Ohio, I'll be doing a review on the Deity VMic D3 Pro. God, it's so hard to say, but yeah, the D3 Pro from Deity. I will be doing that as well. So that's gonna be a fun one. This is like easily the best microphone I have ever used. Dog, don't start. Don't start. Hold on. Dog. No barking. Thank you. That dog is nuts. Shell Shock Farms, they looked like neon cars. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll happen for sure. I did that accidentally once. I pushed the saturation too far, and like it looked fine on my computer, and then I like pulled it up on my phone, and my face was glowing orange. It was so bad. So I had to go back and fix that. What lights do I use? I have no idea. My lights were donated to me. They're these. Let's see. Actually, I can. Let me go ahead and pull up. I can, if I use those little LED panels right up there. That's like way high up there, but that's what I use. And I love it. I love those LED panels. On this one here right in front of me, I actually have a softbox on it, because without the softbox, my face gets really, really shiny. So, oh, we got some new people in the chat. Karthnik Naga, what is the difference in resolve between the wheels lift, gamma, gain, and shadow, midtone, highlights? That's a great question. So in DaVinci Resolve, you have two things. You have your primaries wheels and you have your log wheels. And it's really, really, it's hard to actually explain the difference. But I do have I do have a video on that. If you want to go check out the color wheels in DaVinci Resolve video that I have, I kind of go over the difference with the log wheels. It's shadows, midtones, and highlights. They all basically do the same thing, but with the shadows, midtones, and highlights in the log wheels, it's a little bit more subtle, and you actually you change the colors and then you change the mix on top of that to really get to dial in the look that you want. With lift, gamma, and gain, lift is the shadows, gamma is the midtones, gain is the highlights. But if you tweak any one of those, it's more of a gradient, so it'll actually adjust the entire image. Yeah, it'll adjust the entire image. It'll just if you're doing lift, it'll adjust it more in the shadows and less in the highlights, and gain is going to do more in the highlights and less in the shadows, and then gamma, yeah, that's the one in the middle. Gamma is going to do more in the midtones, and then it'll spill off into the shadows and the highlights. I don't know if that makes any sense. I prefer using log wheels. Especially if I'm doing skin tones, because you can really, really dial in the look that you want, and get correct skin tones and all of that. So that is the difference. Creative Vision, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the answer. Just switch from Premiere to DaVinci. Your videos are great. More tutorials for transitions in DaVinci will be great. I will be doing those for sure. Gotcha, Jay. Uno momento. What? Hi, Sweden joining again. Rudolph Abelin, how are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. Blanket party for the dog. I mean, wrapping a blanket. That's what I just did. Not a blanket, but actually a pair of jeans. This is my roommate's dog, and I think that she has some severe separation anxiety or something. I don't know. It's weird. She's quiet most of the time, but every once in a while, she just randomly starts barking for absolutely no reason. And my roommate actually keeps a pair of his jeans in the dog bed with her. So every once in a while, if she starts barking, I put her back in the bed and I wrap her up in the jeans. And it's usually pretty good. So Jay's color grading video. There you go. But which one is that? Is that the color grading basics, or is that the log versus primaries wheels one? Yeah, with the color wheels, like I said, you can get they're a little bit more difficult to use. You really got to know what you're looking at. You really got to be able to read scopes and trust your eyes and to do the log wheels. But if you can do that, you can really, really dial in the look that you want. And I prefer using log wheels most of the time. Let's see if the forum's got any questions. Nope. Still going with the chat. Works for me. We got 14 people in here and only 6 likes. Get some likes, guys. Tell YouTube that I'm doing something right. Maybe we can bring some more people in here. Where's everybody from, by the way? Put in the chat where everybody is from. I keep meaning to ask that night because I know there's people from all over the world here. So put in the chat where you're from. I'm from Baltimore, by the way, just in case you're wondering. I am from Baltimore, Maryland, in the United States. Greatest city in the world as far as I'm concerned. But do you do more color grading or fusion? I am color grading for sure. I tinker with fusion a little bit. I make all my titles in fusion, but really where I excel is audio. I'm an audio guy, but second to that, definitely color grading. Charlotte, North Carolina. No way. That's where I was born. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. Moved to Maryland when I was 6 months old. But yeah, got family there and everything. Italy. Nice. Matteo, how you doing? Welcome. Anaka, Minnesota, a suburb of Minneapolis. And no, I'm not a Vikings fan. That's fine. You don't have to be. I actually used to work for a company that was based out of Minneapolis. So I went there quite a few times. First time they sent me out there was in the middle of February. I was not a fan. There was a 3-story high pile of snow in the parking lot. It was nuts. Log versus primary. There it is. Thank you, sir. Johannesburg, South Africa. I knew that better, Vids. That's awesome. South Africa. I would love to go to South Africa one day. Knoxville, Tennessee. Sweet. Harrisburg, PA, of course. Let me know when you visit Charlotte. I will. I will. If I get it right, you only get the new full screen view with the studio version. That's true. Yeah. Detroit, Michigan. Nice. I've been to Detroit one time. I was on a training trip for work back when I had a real job. This is a real job, but back when I had a job working for somebody else, I went to Detroit once. It was really cool. It was a really fun time. What is wrong with Vikings? I'm from Sweden. Vikings, the football team, dude. Welcome to Minnesota, but the summer's here. Yes, Netherlands. Leela, hello. Hello, Leela. Never been to the Netherlands. I'd love to go to the Netherlands, but I've never been. One day. One day. One day, one day. By the way, guys, someone admitted they live in Harrisburg. What's going on, Tech Examined? How you doing? Oh, man. Have I ever been to Italy? No. This is actually depressing, but I've never been outside of the U.S. I have. I've been to the British Virgin Islands. That's it. That's it. That Hawaii, but that's part of the U.S. I've never been outside of a U.S. territory except for the British Virgin Islands. So you're welcome to come. I'd love to. Bolivia, nice. I've been in the airport in the Netherlands. So there you go. There you go. All right, guys, we're talking about making videos for all of the new people here because there's a few new people. Puerto Rico, nice. I would love to go to Puerto Rico. I would love to go there, but I have never been. I almost went. I was supposed to go with my family, and then something happened. I screwed something up and ended up having to stay at home. It's not depressing. No, but there's so many places I want to go. I want to go to the Netherlands. I want to go to Scotland. Scotland is like my bucket list. It's the place of my ancestors. I want to go to Scotland, but there's so many places I want to go, and I just haven't gone. So nothing wrong with Vikings. The Vikings football team. No. Hockey, yes. Football, no. I love hockey. Submitted a form. Sweet. Sweden, nice. That's 3 people from Sweden, I think, in the chat right now. All right, we have got a question from Better Vids. Garrett says, if you have the color checker passport, which is this little guy right here, does that take care of all the color grading, or do you still have some manual work to do? Great question, Garrett. And the answer is grading, no. Color correction, yes. So basically, my workflow, first 10 seconds of my video, I'm holding this up like this, right? And then I'll go through and I'll do this part in DaVinci Resolve, which will take care of all the color correction. And then what I'll do is I'll add a new node and I'll use this for exposure. So this down here obviously is supposed to be your black point. This is supposed to be your white point. And that at that point, your exposure is correct, your color correction is correct, and then you can go from there and give it whatever look you want. So no, basically, you don't really have to do anything other than this. But if you want to get a creative look, if you want to do that teal and orange look or something else, then yes, you have some manual work to do. But this saves a ton of time. Northern Ireland has beautiful nature. I bet it does. Ireland and Scotland happening 2021. God, I hope so. I went to Puerto Rico right after the hurricane. I went with remote area medical. That place is beautiful and such wonderful people. I actually, so when I was like 14, I got shipped off to boarding school because my parents were trying to fix me. and I was actually, one of my dorm mates was from Puerto Rico. So, super cool guy. That color checker is on my wish list. This thing is amazing. William Ward, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How is that color thing called? This is called the X-Rite Color Checker Passport Video. It's about $150 on Amazon, and it is worth every single penny. So I highly recommend these. For these live streams, do you use the X-Rite before we see you? No, there's no way to do it. There's no way to. Unfortunately, there's no way to use this with Streamlabs. So with Streamlabs, I just eyeball it until it looks the way that I want it to look. I've got a question. Have you noticed any performance issues with playback speeds after updating from DaVinci Resolve 15 to 16? No, actually, I had it a lot in beta. 16 beta, I was getting some playback issues. 16.1 beta, I was getting some playback issues, but the 16 full version didn't have any, and now I'm on the 16.1 full version, and that doesn't have any playback issues for me either. I mean, other than the normal, like, I've just dumped a whole bunch of color grading and a whole bunch of fusion stuff on top of my video, so my computer doesn't like me and it's deciding to lag. But that's always been kind of a normal thing. But usually, no, I don't really have any playback issues. I've had issues with playback and some fusion issues when editing 4K. Well, see, I edit everything in 1080p, so that might be it. How long have you been filmmaking, and what did you do prior? Coming up on 2 years. And what I did prior, I was an electrician for 15 years. I've also been, I was making videos before I started YouTube. I keep saying 2 years, but like I was making videos before I started YouTube, not as seriously as I am now. But really my big thing, was music. I started playing music when I was, well, if you count the clarinet, I started playing music when I was like 8, but I picked up my first guitar when I was 11, and I've been playing ever since. And I did some, mixing and mastering work with music, kind of freelance style. I still do a little bit of that. I still do some audio only work. But as far as my like job, before I quit and started doing full-time YouTube, I was an electrician for 15 years. Had a license and everything. Thank you for your help. If you ever come back with any video projects, hit me up. Will do, man. IBEW. Yep, I was local 26 out of DC. Let's see. I need an affordable graphics card. Are you looking for like an external, like an eGPU? Because if so, and if you're using DaVinci Resolve, I would look. Blackmagic Design actually makes some eGPUs that you should check out. But I don't use an eGPU. I don't really know a lot about them, so unfortunately, I can't really give you a suggestion. Music Bed, yes, Music Bed is amazing. I love Music Bed. I love Epidemic Sound too, but I was getting bored of the music on there, so I got a subscription to Music Bed and like absolutely fell in love. So I'm enjoying Music Bed right now. I still use DaVinci Resolve for sound effects, ambient noise, stuff like that, but when it comes to actual music, I'm preferring Music Bed. Windows internal, I would go with NVIDIA because a lot of video editing software has ways that you can basically customize it to like really get the best out of your graphics card that you can if you use NVIDIA. So I would go with NVIDIA, although I think like maybe the latest NVIDIA graphics card is having some issues with DaVinci Resolve. I don't remember. I wish Billy Ribko was in the stream right now because I could ask him. Electrician, AC, DC. Nice. I'm a full-time electrical engineer and music producer. That's funny. I'm getting into film now. Nice. That's crazy how similar creative minds are. Most of my coworkers also do music or camera work. There you go. Boom. Yeah, it's a total it's I don't know, it's a thing. I kind of accidentally became an electrician. I was 18 years old. I was living at my mom's house And my stepdad, who is a, well, now retired electrician, came up to me. It was basically like, get a job or get out. And I said, can I come to work with you? He got me a job at the company he was working for. And that was kind of the start of it. And then, 2 years ago, after climbing the ranks, and by the time I left, I was actually the director of operations for an electrical contractor. But I finally was just like, enough is enough. It's time to do my own thing. And I left. Puget. I can never. Is it Puget? Is it Puget? Is it Puget? I don't understand how to pronounce that. Systems has a build guide for Resolve editing computers. That's right. I forgot about that. I forgot that they have that. I need to look that up for when I finally build my custom PC. Do we have anything left in the form? Nope. We do not. Puget. There you go. Puget Systems. Boom. Thank you very much. That's an awesome mistake for sure. Yeah. It worked. I did it for 15 years. I took like a 4-year hiatus. I was fixing medical equipment, which was more electronics than electrical. But then through a weird series of circumstances, I ended up going back to the electrical contractor I had been working for before, as a service manager. I went back as a director of marketing and business development. And then I got a promotion to director of operations, and I was basically running the whole company. My light in the background is blinding. Shouldn't be. I'm looking at it right now. There's no way. Let's see what it looks like on my phone. It's not blinding. You want me to turn it down? I'll turn it down. There. We've turned it down. What makes Baltimore such an awesome city? It's blown out on your screen. Okay. What makes Baltimore such a great city? So that's a great question. It doesn't feel, how do I put this? Baltimore is a city that's made up of neighborhoods, right? Kind of like New York. So like there's a huge like community feeling. Like a lot of the people who live in Baltimore were like born and raised in Baltimore. So there's a lot of like hometown pride. Also crab cakes and Maryland blue crabs, great food. But like it's the community feeling, I think, the passion for the Baltimore Ravens, our local football team, that's a big part of it too. Like there's just a lot of hometown pride, and you can like, really feel that. Now there's some really bad parts of Baltimore. Like don't get me wrong. I'm not naive about that. There's some really bad parts of Baltimore, but there's some absolutely beautiful parts as well. And a lot of the people, contrary to what you see on the news, are actually like super nice. And I don't know. It's just it feels like home. I think is the big thing. It just feels like home. Left top corner. Perfect. Okay, I brought it down. There you go. It's just way too dark in here if I don't have that light on. Who's messing with my OCD? Jeez. If anyone is near Knoxville, Tennessee and would be interested in working on some videos, be sure to hit me up. I don't have a lot of creators that I know around me, and I'd love to meet some fellow YouTubers. There you go. Downtown Baltimore, where you too can be accosted by 3 homeless dudes on the way to the bar. Not downtown. On some of the intersections, you don't really get accosted by homeless people, but we have the squeegee boys. We have like teenage kids who run around intersections with like Windex and squeegees, and they try and clean your windshield for money. That's our big thing. There's definitely some areas where there's a lot of homeless people, but like downtown Baltimore, Inner Harbor is absolutely beautiful. Fells Point, that whole area is amazing. Is absolutely amazing. But there's definitely some places where there's a lot of homeless people and you can definitely get accosted. This is probably the least we've actually talked about making videos on this stream in a really long time. I'd love to go. How far is Knoxville from how far is Knoxville from Baltimore? I can't remember. I never had too many issues and stayed downtown a few times. There you go. There you go. I want to find out how far is Baltimore. How long would it actually take me? Put my actual town in here. To Knoxville, Tennessee. Oh, it's only an 8-hour and 15-minute drive. That's not bad at all. Oh, since 2005. Yeah, there's definitely a lot has changed since 2005. Some places you definitely don't want to go either around the Auto Bar. Yeah, yeah. Auto Bar was like one of my favorite clubs, not only to go watch music, but also play music. But yeah, that whole surrounding area is just really, really bad. What are the main features that Resolve and Fusion misses out on compared to Adobe After Effects? You know, I honestly got to say, I don't know. Because my experience with After Effects is so limited. I was just terrified to touch After Effects, mostly because like it's so heavy on my laptop. Like my laptop just hates After Effects. So I didn't use it a lot. I used it for some titling and I used it for some like drag and drop transitions that could only be used. There's something called Handy Seamless Transitions, which I used to use in After Effects, and they are wonderful. But other than that, and some titling, I didn't really use After Effects that much. I honestly think, as far as ease of use is concerned, I can understand Fusion a lot more than I can understand After Effects. I'm not sure, but you're more than welcome to come. We've got about 170 acres of farmland in a cool city nearby. Sweet. Have you tried anamorphic? I've never shot anamorphic. I'd love to shoot anamorphic, but those lenses are stupid expensive. Those anamorphic lenses are so expensive. So no, I have not used an anamorphic lens. I won the Goblin from Demo Ranch, and that kind of hit me. Started on making videos. Oh, got me started on making videos. But now I'm waiting on a new GoPro to make some new videos. You and I can make some amazing videos, dude. I'm down. I'm actually planning. I'm in the process of planning a short film. I've already gotten the. I'm revising the script, and then I'm gonna actually record the voiceover. And then I'm going to create it's a whole process, but I'm going to be recruiting people to help me with that. Some camera people, some actors, and I need like one person basically to follow me around and do a behind the scenes video. And that's definitely happening. So if you want to make the trip, I just looked it up. From where I live to Knoxville is 8 hours and 15 minutes. I probably won't start doing the group stuff until the spring when it warms up because I'm planning a lot of outdoor shots. But if you want to come up in the spring, definitely. I learned that Jay uses DaVinci to resolve problems today. You do it. That was clever. That was definitely clever. What's going on, man? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, good God. That was great. That was great. Nothing in the form. No questions in the form. Oh man, I'd love to do it. Tell me when and I'm there. Sweet. Sweet. When can we expect a vlog? Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if yeah. I don't know. I will do a vlog when the vlog can be related to the stuff that I do on my channel. Like I'm planning kind of a vlog-ish video where I'm actually gonna go out and film some stuff, but it's gonna be a very like directed, very specific topic. Um, so as far as like a pure like documenting a day type vlog, you're probably not going to see anything until I'm actually doing something that relates to the channel. So if I'm like going up to shoot a video with some people or something like that, something where I can actually like bring you guys value, something where I can stay on the topic of my channel, then I'll do a vlog. But right now the closest thing I have um, is there's a video that's going to be sort of a vlog type deal. Learn it with Ted. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Matt Jackson, hello. After Tito Faradin started his channel, the price of lenses has gone up. He now has a new track, Anamorphic. Check it. I will. I'll definitely check it out. I'd like to see another vlog that's about collecting B-roll to put into a video and your thought process. I could do a B-roll, like a how to shoot B-roll video. That's definitely a possibility. It's definitely a video. Like I have some like out of the house type videos planned. They require a additional person to like, because I'm gonna like show you how to shoot stuff, which means I need a second camera person to film me shooting stuff. That was like the one big thing that I ran into a lot is I either need a second camera, which I can't really afford right now. I guess I could technically use my phone, or I need a person shooting me. So sorry, filming me. Please don't demonetize this, YouTube. I don't remember who said they had some lag with editing 4K footage, but the same problem happens to me. Anyhow, Jay, do you own a drone? I do not, and the reason why I don't is because I live 15 minutes from an international airport, and I live directly below the flight path. So I'd have to travel a lot to get to a place where I could actually fly a drone legally. Although I think that the new what is it, the Mavic Mini, that like new teeny tiny itty bitty one, I think that one can actually be flown in more places. So we'll see, because that one is actually like, that one's a little affordable, so I may actually end up picking that up. But right now, no, because I just haven't been able to justify getting one, and I can't afford one, and if I got one, it would just sit there collecting dust most of the time. So LOL, Second Amendment, the right to film others. Mavic Air, it's a great drone. Even like in the house B-roll with your phone on a tripod, I could do that. Wait, how should I give you my info so we can stay in touch? If you're on Twitter, hit me up on Twitter. I'll go ahead and drop my Twitter link. If I can remember it. Just hit me up there. Shoot me a DM. My DMs are open, so go ahead and shoot me a DM, and then we can go from there. Okay, hold on. Would you consider a drone worthy for a filmmaker? I mean, absolutely. Especially like, I mean, when you say filmmaker, let's say something like, if you own a camera and you use that camera to make films, 100%, a drone is definitely worthy for a filmmaker. Like you should get one if you want drone shots, or you can go the slightly more expensive, at least in the long run, more expensive route. And you could also, if like you really need a drone shot of something, you could always look for stock footage and purchase it if you can't afford a drone, or if like you would use those shots so rarely that getting a drone just doesn't seem like, if it doesn't make sense to get one, then don't get one. um, but yeah, if you think you would use it a bunch, then get one. do do the mini doesn't have to be registered because it's 1 gram under the 300 grams that cause you to register it. Boom, there it is. 249, not 299. There you go. New York City Video Mastermind meetup this weekend. If anyone has ability to get to New York City, info on my latest Insta story. Nice. I'm actually going to be in Ohio. My cousin is getting married this weekend, so I will be up in the Columbus area. I would love to go to New York, though. New York for a meetup? 100% I'd love to do that. So what else is going on, guys? Who's got some exciting news? I used to ask that all the time, and I feel like I haven't done it in a while. What's going on with you, YouTube related or otherwise? Does anybody have a project that they're working on that they're super excited about? Share it with the class. Share it while I drown myself in my water bottle because my throat hurts. Note for using a drone for a film. I had to get the Part 107 license. It is considered commercial usage. Ooh, good. But even for the Mavic Mini, the one that you don't have to register? Workflow question. I currently, 1, place my footage in the timeline. Okay. 2, watch through the footage to edit out any bloopers. Okay. 3, take notes for where I want to add text, etc. Question. How do you take notes to remember where you want certain things to be in your footage? Ooh, great question. I actually just talked about this in one of my recent videos. Set a marker. If you're using DaVinci Resolve, just put a marker in the timeline. And if you double click on that marker, you can open it up and you can put a note on that marker. So that way, when you're going through and you're going through and putting B-roll in places or different graphics or text, you can click on that marker and it'll show you like what's supposed to go there. So that's the best way to do it. It's all right in the same place. I used to like write everything down and it just got messy. So now, yeah, I just set a marker in my timeline and connect a note to that marker. You can do the same thing in Premiere Pro too. I don't know about Final Cut. I would hope you can in Final Cut. French Guiana. Whoa. Hello. Hello, Felipe. Moving to the UK. Nice. My channel hit 10K subs on Sunday. Matt Jackson, dude, that's awesome. That's amazing. Congratulations. Let's go through. Yeah, this show about entrepreneurs and stuff. Ooh, don't get me started. How do you, where are we? I'm doing a reset in my video. I built a wall last week And after this live, I'm setting up more shelving and planning my lighting. Nice. Nice. Depends on how you're using the drone. For a simple YouTube vid, I don't think you need the Part 107. Oh, okay. I saw that video. Great tip. No problem, Ted. Commercial usage can only be used and sold by licensed operators. There you go. Okay. Not YouTube, but for film. Gotcha. I have a question about selecting a part of a timeline. All right, Felipe, shoot. Go for it. Waiting for Felipe's question. But only a part. Wait. But only a part using I and O and all the tracks. Oh. Are you talking about like setting your in and your out point for when you're exporting? Like, is that what you're talking about? Because that's fairly simple. You just make sure that make sure that you don't have any clips selected, and you just put your playhead where you want your in point, hit I, and your out point where you want to hit where you want to go out and hit O. But just make sure that you're doing it with absolutely no clips selected, and that'll set your in and out point on your timeline. When you make a fiction, you have a lot of soundtracks. Sure, true. You worked on Premiere Pro for a long time. Do you miss it at all? Not at all. During the editing, I don't like you're trying to select. I'm confused as to what you're trying to do, Felipe. Do I miss Premiere Pro at all? Not really. There are certain things about Premiere Pro that I really liked. The essential sound tab was really awesome for like getting your base levels for my videos, but like other than that, not really. I actually find it a lot easier to use Resolve, and I can do everything in Resolve that I used to do in Premiere. So I don't really miss it at all. During the editing, it's not easy. I'm confused as to what you're trying to do, Felipe. Are you trying to set in and out points on your timeline, or are you trying to like select a bunch of like clips and move them? I'm confused. I'm confused as to what your end goal is here. Live troubleshooting, guys. That's what this is all about. That's what I'm trying to figure out, Shell Shock Farms. Because if it's for the entire time, dog. I know you're like old, deaf, blind, and toothless, but chill. Matt Jackson, thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, imagine the thing. I'm imagining. I wish I had like a really beefed up computer so I could like pull up Resolve and just show you guys stuff. One day, you guys stick with me, and one day that's gonna happen. I'm gonna have like dual monitors and a nice like beefy computer, and then I can show you stuff. Like when you have questions about Resolve, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, let's jump into Resolve live, and I'll show you how to do that. So God, one of these days, you're editing something and you want to move a part of your timeline in the middle, for example, okay? I think I understand what you're talking about. I had an issue when I was just starting where I accidentally shortened the timeline but didn't delete any clips and couldn't figure out why it wasn't rendering everything. I did that. I did that yesterday. I did that yesterday, and I totally didn't realize it. And I was like, "How come my 12-minute? No, it wasn't yesterday. It was Sunday." I was like, how come my 6-minute long video rendered in like 30 seconds? That's not right." And then I realized what I had done, and I corrected it. How do you select all the track by clicking and dragging? Like you drag a box around all of the clips that you want to move. Um, so that yeah, that's how you do it. It's not in the timeline. You actually well, it is in the timeline, but you actually have to like click and drag to highlight all of the clips that you want, and then you can click and drag and move them and all that stuff. Question on Fusion: best way to use paint to change hair color, or how can I change just the hair? Change just the hair. That's a good. Honestly, the best way to do it, is to actually do that in the color page. I would use a qualifier. I would use a qualifier and select the hair, and then mess around with the hue versus hue curves, and I would you use that to change the colors. That's what I do, but you're looking for something easier. Unfortunately, there's not really an easier way to do it. That's just the way you got to do it. Glad we got that resolved, though. Just saying, like I'm glad we were actually able to get to a point where I could give you an answer. Oh, no problem, man. No problem whatsoever. No questions in the form. That's cool. Yeah, William, I think the easiest way to do that. I'm not even sure how I would do that in Fusion, but in I would use the color. I would use the color tab and use a qualifier to select the hair, and then use hue versus hue. How do it? Chas Harper Family Vlogs. I couldn't read that at first. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Do you have any videos for masking in detail? I would like to start using more masking, but don't completely understand it. I haven't gotten a lot into masking. um, I do some masking in my particle dissolve video. I do some masking in my glitch title video, and I do some masking. I actually show you how to do a frame blocking transition, and that uses masking. Actually, that doesn't use masking. That was a total lie. Um, I will be doing some more stuff that involves masking, like maybe a mask transition, stuff like that. Um, but that stuff is coming. I don't have a whole lot on there now, but there is more coming. Okay, I have to go. Thanks for your job, and if you want to visit French Guiana, you're welcome. Thank you so much, Felipe. You have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much for stopping by. Yeah, masking is fairly simple. But depending on what you're using it for, it can be very tedious work, especially if you're doing like a masking transition where you actually have to track it, set keyframes, and all that stuff. So it can be tough. I'm like ready for this dog to start barking. she's like wandering around and like looking at stuff, and she keeps looking towards the front door, which means I think she thinks that there's somebody there, but there doesn't seem to be anybody there. But like, I'm ready for her to start barking. Any chance you might do a video on easy, simple call outs? Yeah. Yeah. One of these days I could probably do that. I could definitely do that. What camera should I buy for 1500? Ooh, good question. Good question. Well, TJ Films, first of all, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've said that yet. Ray Mo, I think that's how you say that. How you doing? For $1,500, I mean, honestly, like I've always hesitate to give people recommendations. You have your budget, which is a great first step. What I would do is like list out everything that you want in a camera, and then find a camera that has those features for that budget, or at least close to it. That would be the best thing. That's what I'm looking for mainly, is transitions, but wanted to grow my overall comprehension of editing in general. If you were to do a course of DaVinci overall, I would love to take the course. Shell Shock Farms, you are not the first person to say that, so that might be something I do. If you record at 120 frames per second, do you still have audio? It depends on the camera. Some cameras, yes. Others, no. TJ A6400. Great little camera. From what I hear, I haven't used one yet. Tutorial on water waves, so I can take a still photo and bring it to life. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. We got a lot of people on Team Sony in here. I'm like the only Team Canon guy. I'm not really a Team anybody guy. I love Canon's color science. I love the fact that they have the flip out screen, and their dual pixel autofocus is absolutely incredible. But that being said, you got to mortgage your house to get something that shoots log, and if you want something that shoots log and is full frame, yeah, forget about it. Yeah, it's messed up. A6500 there. Hashtag Team Canon. Boom. Boom. Maybe we'll do that next stream. Have everybody tell me what they shoot. Team Canon, Team Sony, Team Fuji. Who knows? Who knows? Got 60M2 actually, so there you go. There you go. 257. It's almost time to go. I would love. Canon guy. There we go. Boom. I'm a Canon guy. Mostly because it was like, honestly, it was when I was looking for a camera to buy so I could start, making better videos than I could make on my phone. I was like looking for the best camera on a really tight budget, and the SL2 was basically, it was the winner. Like hands down, the SL2 is the winner. So I got it, and yeah, I see why. I love that. Team cell phone. Nothing wrong with it. You do it. What are your favorite resources for learning Resolve? Ooh, good question. I would say there's like an official channel for DaVinci Resolve, and I love that because they kind of take you through everything in very, very high detail. I would say for effects right now, I watch a lot of Josh Haynes and Billy Ribka. Who else is out there? JRTV is really good. For like features and stuff, like little known features, it would be probably learn color grading. There's a lot of us out there. So, but I think like if you're just getting started and you don't want to go through my whole series of like learning the basics of DaVinci Resolve, I would go to DaVinci Resolve's actual YouTube channel and learn it. So they also have a certification program that's 100% free. So that could be a good resource for you too. Jay, thanks for all your help and love the videos. I'll DM you in a bit with my info. Hope it works out. I'm super excited. I'm off to do some editing. Shell Shock Farms, thank you so much for stopping by. Team Canon EOS R, my dream camera. To be honest, I actually have a camera. It is the SL2. There you go. I was asking for a friend because he has a lot higher of a budget than I did. Gotcha. All right, guys. It is Smartphone Video Challenge. Oof, maybe. Torn between the Z6 and the A7 III. I plan on buying a Ninja 5 with whichever I buy next month. Nice. Marty put the dog up to it. All right, guys. It is 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock. So, I want to thank you guys for hanging out. If you want to support my journey doing this whole full-time creator YouTube thing, there's a couple different ways you can do that. I've got some merch. It's linked in the description. I've also got Patreon, and that way you can unlock some behind-the-scenes footage, a monthly newsletter, which I still got to write, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And then, yeah, I think that's it. Oh, my LUTs are for sale. 2018, 2019 LUTs packs are also linked in the description, and as well as links to some of the gear that I use. So with that being said, keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for my green screen tutorial coming on Friday, and my review of this dude right here coming on Monday. I'm off to go pick up the kid, but thank you guys so much for hanging out with me over the last hour. I love you to death. And didn't mean to do that. See you guys next week.
Make it quick, 'cause I'm on another mission. I take a twist, 'cause I'm only double-fisted. Dripping lipstick, stripping in the spaceship. Don't give a shit, I'm the middle finger misfit. Pulling triggers and you don't wanna miss it. Come on, are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Come on. Light the wick if you got a little death wish. Yeah, I'm a tricky candlestick, yeah, the kind that always stays lit. So take the pop quiz if you got the quick wit, 'cause I'm the plot twist, the one you're always missing. I'm on a mission and you don't wanna miss it. No. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Make it quick, 'cause I'm coming in quick. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? I see you trying to find your way in, but I kinda like how you're figuring things. You're stumbling in to go for the kiss. Don't know what you're doing by taking the risk, but I can't resist. Don't know when to quit. We're tipsy and slipping and losing my grip. Maybe that's it. You fell for my tricks. The question is.